Hi guys, it's Amaya, your Miss Illinois Collegiate America, and welcome to Connect Beyond, an initiative looking to highlight educators who have gone the extra mile to connect with students within a virtual setting. My first guest is Dr. Kelby Garner, who is the Executive Principal of Metro Nashville Virtual Public School. Let's hear what she has to say. I'm here with Dr. Garner. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Our first guest on Connect Beyond. So the first question that I have for you is, why is there a need for virtual school?
So I am Kelby Garner. I am an executive principal of MNPS Virtual School located in Nashville, Tennessee. And this is actually our 10th year of existence. So we have been around before the pandemic. And there's a need for virtual school because students need options. And depending on the circumstance, virtual learning just works best. We find that students come to us for several different reasons, whether it be personal, social, academic, or their career goals. So we have a diverse population of students.
Yeah, like a wide variety of students. That's pretty cool. So with it being virtual, do students have a chance to connect with other students, connect with teachers, administration?
Absolutely. Our teachers are phenomenal. We pick the cream of the crop to work for virtual school. And we usually get several applications. And so what we do, we make sure that our teachers are definitely accessible. So students have their cell phone numbers, they text, they also use a virtual platform to communicate with teachers in an inbox sort of setting, so it's really cool. So teachers and students, the teacher-to-student connection at our school is very strong. We found that some students have even said they feel more connection to their virtual teachers than they felt to their in-person teachers because all the connections are one-on-one. They don't have to compete for attention. They don't have to wait behind if they don't have the confidence to go up to a teacher. And so they have better connections. In terms of students, student relationships are an area that we look to grow. We want to make sure there are opportunities that exist for students to get to know each other. So from the classwork, there are collaboration assignments. There are social groups and different organizations that we host too. We have student council. We also have different leadership opportunities for our students. So we definitely want to make connections for our students to be able to know each other and use those social skills, because when you're home, you don't really get a lot of interaction with other kids.
Yeah, definitely like connecting beyond a typical school setting, a typical virtual school setting, and making sure it still feels like a community and a family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what we seek to do.
Of course, I know about kids going virtual around this time, but I never knew that there was actually a system already in place for virtual school, so that's pretty cool. Definitely. How would you say students are able to keep up with their work? Do you find that they're losing motivation and not being able to complete? What are kind of the biggest challenges for your students being virtual?
Yeah, that is a great question. I would say in terms of motivation, it really is about discipline. Not everyone will be motivated to do work remotely, but they do have to have a certain level of discipline. We have a course syllabus in every one of our courses that tells students when the work is due, how many points it's worth, how much time it'll take. So students can look ahead of the week and say, okay, let me measure my time and see how much time do I need to dedicate to X class. Balancing the time, balancing the schedule is really important. So our students understand that. We teach them time management skills, and we also help students organize. They have to be organized, saving things in the cloud. Students for the first time are learning how to use Microsoft 365, the entire suite, which is accessible to all of our students for free. And so they can save all their files, learn the naming conventions of assignments, which is an organizational skill that many students don't have before they come to us. And so they learn that skill and they really excel in that process. Yeah,
let me tell you, being a college student, you need all that organization, discipline, time management, and that's not something you get at a public school, because I'll be honest, teachers kind of hold your hand and walk you through it, but it seems like students have that independence and you really give them that autonomy to really be responsible for their own work, and that teaches you skills beyond just how to multiply or how to write an essay. Teaches you skills for the real life.
For life.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Getting into your role a little bit, describe a typical day as a principal.
A typical day as a principal of a virtual school looks a lot like a typical day of being a principal at any school. I have to go to work every day. During the first, month or so of the pandemic, few months, I was able to work remotely. But other than that, I have been reporting to work every day. And from there,
the physical building?
In the physical building.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And so most people will ask me, like, okay, you work for virtual school, so you must stay at home in your pajamas and you're able to do this. And they've asked me that for the past 7 years that I've worked for this school. But no, actually, we report to a building every day in West Nashville, which is awesome. We have a small team. We like to say that we're small but mighty because we handle so many different issues and situations. But we usually, we have a student center as well, and it's bright and it's colorful, and we invite students to come, and it's really a welcoming environment. Unlike, other schools, we don't have a traditional cafeteria, we don't use a traditional gym, all of those things don't happen, but we do have a really awesome student center that's more collegiate style. The students can come, use the Wi-Fi, use our laptops, use their own laptops, and just sort of hang out and also connect with us.
Sweet. I wish I knew about virtual school in high school, because let me tell you, junior year, I was ready to just throw in the towel. I was so over school, and it was really just the monotony, the everyday waking up super early, going to the same classes every day, seeing the same people. So I feel like with the virtual school option, it's a good change of scenery and something different, and really students can just make their own schedule and kind of do it at their own pace, which is the whole point.
And we find students that come to us because they are so tired of the day-to-day motions of school. And so they would rather use their time, at their convenience, what they want to do, pursue their career goals, graduate early. We've had students come for several reasons.
And you were mentioning bullying is one of those reasons too, to kind of escape that in a traditional public school setting.
We've had several students that come to us because for whatever reason, their social emotional connections to people and they've experienced bullying. They decide to come to virtual school just to escape that. And even if it's just for a short period of time, we've had students come to us while they're in medical treatment. And so they, they may be battling a physical illness or mental illness. So we definitely want to wrap our arms around them, support them during that time. And sometimes we know we won't have them for 3 or 4 years. Maybe we just have them for a year. But during that year, it's going to be an awesome year where they're going to thrive and they're going to have support. So that is what, we are there for. And so we do have students who have been, unfortunately, victims of bullying. And so in those instances, our most important thing is to just build their confidence, let them know that, that is not acceptable in our space. And luckily, it's a problem that we do not have. For the last 10 years, we have probably put in 1 discipline report in 10 years. And so it's just a community of people who respect one another, and it starts from the top down. And we really want to promote an environment of family and mutual respect.
Mention respect, and the Miss High School America organization has a national platform of BRAVE, and that is building respect and values for everyone. So my question that I'm asking to all my guests on Connect Beyond is, how do you build respect and values in an educational environment?
Wow, that's an excellent question. Respect, again, it has to start with a mission. And so our mission and our vision is around really helping students, understand who they are, becoming, lifelong learners, being self-resilient, being able to self-advocate. And so that all comes in terms of respect for themselves first, and then to respect others. So we want to promote that even for our staff. We have criteria where teachers have to respond to students within 24 hours.
Oh, wow.
It's a professional expectation, but it's also a respect. And so students know that if they haven't heard from their teachers, there is a process to submit a request for us to be able to follow up and say, hey, what's going on? Because you never know, they could be going through something personally. But at the same time, we want all of our students to know that we value their time, we respect them, and so we communicate with them timely. We provide timely feedback. We grade assignments on time. We also host social events that teach students different social economic issues. So things such as mindfulness. We have mindfulness weeks. We also have weeks where there's no work due, no assignments due.
Okay, I need that.
And so during those weeks, we want students to either, 1, catch up if they've come behind, or they can just take the time off. If you've caught up on everything, just self-care. Check in with yourself.
Yes, have that like mental break from everything and just be able to take that break and just take your mind off of everything.
Yeah, take, time to spend with your family because, screen time is a bit much. And our students spend at least 30 hours or more, a week in front of a screen. And so we want to give them a break sometimes to break that up and just get outside, get moving, do something fun.
Tell people, our audience watching, how, if they want to learn more information about your school or maybe even have their children apply, how they can go through that process.
Yeah, so we serve the state of Tennessee, mostly Nashville, in particular, Nashville, Tennessee. Our website is vlearn.mnps.org. And more information is to come in terms of the enrollment process for the 21-22 academic year. Awesome. But it's been great meeting you and working with you.
Yes, this is awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Garner, for being our first guest on Connect Beyond. This has given me so much insight and just learning more about virtual school and how you're building that respectful environment among your students and your teachers. So thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.